Welcome back to Soccer Cards United, the greatest soccer card podcast in the world. My name is Jason. That's Enzo. Hi, Enzo.
Hello, Jason.
Great to be back. Great to be back. You find us kind of 2 weeks or more than 2 weeks after our last episode.
Yeah. That's not good.
And I think everyone...
The Sports Card Nonsense boys had like 3 or 4 podcasts out since our last one.
Yeah, but that's why they have the Spotify deal.
Forgot about that.
And don't forget, the Spotify deal it's not free.
Yeah.
You're contractually obliged to produce episodes.
That's what
So you find us here after a couple of weeks on the road. We've been to the National.
We've been to Chicago.
And we've been to London the weekend just gone.
We've been to Esher.
So we were in Ireland for 2 days last week.
Unbelievable.
And in that time there was a bit of a turnaround to be done.
Empty bags, wash clothes, pack bags.
And get going again. So we have to figure out how to catch everybody up on what's been happening. And the way we've decided to do that is to do 2 episodes this week.
Wow.
The dedication. The first is going to be a recap of our experience in Chicago at the National Sports Collectors Convention.
Oh yeah, the 44th annual.
Now it's not going to be, it's a recap, but obviously it's not going to have the same force as a recap done in the days immediately following the National would have had.
Debriefed a lot. We've forgotten a lot of things.
Because I remember last year we went from Atlantic City to Philadelphia for a couple of days and we got a podcast recording done in Philly. But it was a completely different experience this time in Chicago because we had things to do and crucially we had people to see.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So we were very busy the whole time and so the podcast opportunity was just not there.
No, we had a great setup in the room for a potential podcast opportunity, but it just never, the time never came.
So you find us here
because we're not sneaking around into ballrooms to do a podcast like some other podcasts out there.
Oh,
there's a villain arc here because the boys, Mike and Jesse, apparently had a lot of merch that they were giving out to people, but they never reached into the bag when we were chatting to them, Jason.
Yeah.
So I'll take my shots when I can.
Okay, you notice the bag stayed firmly closed.
Yeah, very firmly closed.
Right.
There's actually one point where Mike said, "Sorry, could you actually give me my bag, Enzo?" And I took it, handed him over the table, so he was trying to make sure I didn't see nothing in there as well. Look at that. Yeah, that's only realising that now.
Right, well I haven't witnessed any of that myself.
Well, believe me.
So
unbelievable.
You're settling scores.
I'll settle scores, no doubt.
Okay, that's good. I look forward to the next time I go on the podcast. I'll have to account for your settling scores. I have no idea what's going on. I'm like, oh well, he didn't, Anyway, so look, the podcast is back, and we're going to talk about the National. We have questions from people.
Yes.
So I think what we'll do is we'll talk about the questions, and then we'll go through some topics we didn't cover in the questions.
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
I think so.
All right. So we'll start with Kevin Durant 3-6.
There's no 6.
There's no 6. That's a 5.
You former gambler.
I got to get back and
Kevin Durant 35 big cards on Instagram, I believe.
And he says, I got an email from Specsavers the other day. You need to come back and
ASAP
have another eye test. Your prescription might have gotten higher, but that's a scam.
Yeah, they gave me glasses one time and I didn't even need them. I'm telling you, this eyesight is unbelievable. I'm reading off your screen right now.
Okay. Best soccer cards seen at trade nights.
I've seen a lot of flawless.
Yeah.
That made me happy.
Brad and his flawless.
I've seen some Pirlo 101s. A lot of them.
Yeah. You were offered a lot of them.
I was offered a lot of them. I almost bought a lot of them, but I didn't.
You ended up buying none of them.
That's a bit. I mean, I seen a of 25 autograph Haaland rookie from Chrome, Bundesliga Chrome.
Yeah.
That was great.
It's almost like there's too much. It's that you become desensitized because it's just every big card in the world is just right there in front of you, and you're just like,
so much soccer.
Color, Mbappe, Chrome, rookies, PSA 10, that kind of stuff.
People handed me orange ones of them as well.
I'm
trying to think of like a big 101 we might have seen, but I don't know. Seen some big.
Saw some Pele dynasties.
Of course, that wasn't trade night though.
That was trade night.
Oh, there was one. Sorry,
There was 2.
My apologies. We've seen all of the cards you'd expect to see.
Yeah, all the big cards.
Cards that don't even really make it to eBay a lot of the time.
Yep.
Some people were trying to sell them. Some people were just showing them off, letting people know.
Nice Maradona autographs, all sorts of stuff.
If you were looking for something that was in the Soccer Trade Night room, I don't think there was anything missing from the room.
In terms of high end stuff.
In terms of high end, yeah.
Yeah. So that was exciting. Meta Coffee asks, what were most people looking for? What price range were most people buying in terms of soccer at the National? Well, most people were looking for Messi was the number one soccer commodity at the National.
Very liquid he was.
Yeah. Dealers reporting having sold out of Messi after just one day.
Yeah, that's it.
At what few soccer tables there were. Price range.
We were picking up lower end. Like for anything from $1 all the way up to maybe $300. That was our bag.
Yeah.
Now we had our eye on a few things in the 5-figure range. 5 figures, yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't do it in the end, which was bad of us. No, it was uncourteous of us because we kind of found a table with some Pele dynasties. We got so excited.
Yeah.
We really wanted them. We slept on it. We got giddy. We were thinking about it. We were doing the maths. We were doing the logic. We were doing everything. And then ultimately we decided, let's stay calm. Let's not get caught up in the national euphoria and spend 20k on a couple Pelés.
Yeah.
Which we didn't really know how we'd feel about it, but in the end we said, no, it's a good decision. Let's just relax a little bit. We'll get them someday. We'll get there. We'll own a Pele dynasty. But we never managed to make it back to your man to tell him that we weren't going to do it in the end.
Which is poor etiquette.
Poor etiquette.
Always go back. If you say to somebody, I'll be back, you should always go back at least to say no.
In our defense, he left early about 12 o'clock on one of the days.
That's right.
And we were constantly getting taken by someone or somebody to chat, to interact, to see something, to do an activation, to get something, all these things. The national was crazy. We were busy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like getting this this is what you would call an activation, Jason.
Wow.
Someone asked us, was this activated for influencers only? Because they couldn't find it.
Yeah.
It was free to anybody and everybody that was there. But I appreciate being called an influencer.
It was for people who could find it only.
Which was not easy to do in Chicago. Find certain things in the room.
True, yeah. Difficult to navigate. Massive.
Big room. Big venue.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of booths.
Many rooms.
Okay. What price? Mostly we're buying in like the kind of like, I don't know, most deals getting made were, I don't know, between $500 and $2,000 in terms of soccer.
Yeah. There was a lot of big spending going on with the soccer market.
Yeah.
We've seen that ourselves.
And a lot of people getting drawn into the national fever, as we talked about. We almost got drawn into with the Pelés.
But that's why there's two of us, and we managed to sometimes mitigate decisions like that.
Sometimes, yeah.
We're doing that together.
The benefit of having two people is that you can talk yourself out of things.
Sometimes talk yourself into it.
Yeah.
But I think that's also the benefit of a nice sleep.
Yes.
We stayed calm.
Sleep on it. So, okay. Irish Car Collector 96 asks, most unexpected deal. So I'm going to take that as most unexpected deal we make at the National. And unexpected meaning something we would have never thought we'd come across before we went.
Mine is probably the 2015 selects. We got a big deal done for a big bundle of 2015 selects.
Yeah.
Which included some base PSA 10 Messi and Ronaldo's, several of them each, and contained a beautiful blue Wayne Rooney, in I believe a PSA 10, and then a BGS 9.5 Neymar orange, and then we also got a raw Messi red, which I believe is to 199 or 299.
That was unexpected.
Very unexpected. Very cool.
That was indeed unexpected. I would say, for me, the most unexpected deal. I thought we made the deal with the King of Soccer.
The King,
one of the OG soccer collectors and resellers in the States, based down there in Florida. And we got those nice 2014 Prism Autos, nice George Best vintage card.
Oh yeah,
and a Bobby Moore 1970. All sorts of stuff. So that was an unexpected deal for me because I expected to kind of be mostly just hanging around and dealing with the new agey people, but to get a deal done and such a pleasant deal done with an OG like that,
absolutely,
was unexpected to me.
I was trying to find photos of cards that we bought along the way because we did buy over 90.
Yes.
I think you can add into the most unexpected deal was we did a swap deal for our Bukayo Saka impeccable on-card autograph.
Yes.
Into a David Beckham flashback prism autograph 1010 PSA. Then we added $150 to that. Yep. And got a 2021 Inception Kane Son booklet of 10 dual autograph booklet. That was unexpected to kind of elevate like that. But yeah, I think the 2015 selects for me, Jason.
I think in general, after our experience in Atlantic City, the most surprising thing for me was the volume of deals that we did.
Yes. Because
we kind of were joking before we went, like, we're not going to buy anything or sell anything here. This is not going to work out.
We tried that last year. It didn't work.
It just doesn't, But the soccer appetite and the soccer market felt much more developed this year.
And the vendors' willingness to alter their price, to do deals, to actually... Like, the amount of times I picked up a big stack off someone and said, hey, can I get a discount on this stack if I take this whole stack?
Yeah.
And they were like, yes, absolutely you can. And the original pricing were good anyway. Like, it was... much more fun experience, and it was just, I think, better crowd, maybe bigger crowd, obviously different setup. People, I don't know, the market maybe is in a lower place, so people are willing to make sales. I don't know, it just felt, compared to Atlantic City, it was night and day.
Yeah,
not just because of the sea, by the way.
It's like few things. I think the Atlantic City was obviously a smaller venue, so you have fewer attendees. Soccer has had a big year. The World Cup was big, and the soccer market is 1 year older, and it's like 1 year older for the baseball card market is like a much smaller jump. Then year by year we're like kind of exponentially growing in the soccer market, so it's huge. And also just like even traveling internationally for people who are soccer collectors, coming from outside the United States, all that stuff. Now that I was going to say now that COVID's no longer an issue, but of course lots of people got COVID at the show. It's back.
Yeah, that COVID strain, that hobby strain,
resilient. Whatever the hobby heads are carrying around is a super bug.
It's tough.
Okay. ET leads. What best pickup? We've already talked about some of our pickups. What was soccer like? Any bargains? We already talked about bargains. But general soccer was about, people were saying 3% of the tables.
Yeah, to be honest, like,
which I really adored how they picked that figure.
Having gone to the trade nights, I will say this. There was a lot of soccer people in attendance. There was a lot of soccer collectors out there in the States. There is not a lot of allocation to those individuals with tables at the show. Soccer trade night was full of soccer cards. The show was not. But I think that has to do with turnaround the tables, because there was so many vintage people with their baseball, with their whatever. So there was so many just...
bubbleheads.
There was so much shite, excuse the language, at the National. But I feel like a lot of people who had a lot of soccer were turned away from having a table. I think the appetite and the growth of the hobby was not reflected in the tables. When you went to the trade night, you seen where soccer was at, and it was in a really good space.
Yep.
That's my take on that.
Great. Okay, what was your best deal? I already said about that. What was your favourite part, and why was it finally getting 5,000 followers? Asked Soccer Cards HQ.
That man jumped up. He got us kicked out of a trade night in the Hyatt.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame him for ending that trade night.
It was going well. It was very fair. Everyone was being very respectful in the lobby, and this young man stood up on his chair and shouted at all of the hobbyists in the room to please, for the love of Jesus, follow Soccer Cards United, because he personally was triggered.
He couldn't look at the 4,900 and blippity dot anymore.
He said, "Why are you crawling to 5,000 followers? Can someone just follow these boys?" And he started shouting from the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
And we got there by this scene, but this scene ended a good trade night.
And then a security guard came over and was asked, have you heard the best soccer card podcast in the world? And this man said that he was old school. In the preceding conversation, he said he was old school like 50 times. He was an old school guy. And someone asked him, have you ever flown Aer Lingus? And he said, I'm old school. I don't do that. So I don't know what he meant by that. But anyway, okay, Church of Cards has put in a little reference here to a moment that he witnessed, which was, how is the market for 101 Sam Kerr cards? So
it's pretty healthy.
It's pretty healthy. you may have seen on socials today, Enzo posted our one of one Sam Kerr Inception autograph, which he bought on eBay while at the National.
That's arguably the most unexpected deal.
Yeah, I didn't know if that would qualify when I was thinking about it earlier.
Don't know if it would, but
that's the most unexpected deal during the National. So the market for 101 Sam Kerr is healthy.
Yeah,
Very healthy.
We have it above 4 figures.
Yeah.
There you have it.
And I can tell you try and buy her Topps Chrome Superfractor PSA 10 101, you'll find out just how healthy the market is.
There you go. You're going to struggle.
Scotland Card Show asked, was there any SPFL?
No. Surprisingly no.
There wasn't.
The next question, Libero soccer card _soccer cards.
Yeah.
Is it worth visiting from Scotland? Oh, sorry. I thought that said, is it worth visiting Scotland?
No, it's obviously worth visiting Scotland.
It's worth visiting if you're looking for SPFL.
Ah.
But from Scotland, I mean, no, it's not, because there's no SPFL, boys. There was a huge UK and European representation at the National. It was crazy.
Yes.
Way bigger than last year. So is it worth visiting from Scotland? I would say yes.
It is now.
It is now.
Because there's enough of a community of people travelling from Europe that you kind of can have a gang and have the people you can relate to, as opposed to kind of being like
scared by the children with 50k.
Yeah, and I think like again, there's a lot of mitigating circumstances for our first National in Atlantic City, and maybe everyone feels like this regardless of where they're from the first time they go to a National. But I think it's very reassuring to see people from this side of the Atlantic for us, because otherwise you kind of just feel like you've landed on an alien planet and you're kind of like, whoa, I don't know if anyone,
it's different.
Although people were very nice was the first time we went. I don't want to make it seem like
we were just spooked.
We were spooked. Did you buy much? Yeah, we bought like 90 cards.
Yeah, crazy.
Was there a high demand for Messi? Yes,
we bought a lot of boxes.
Huh?
We bought a lot of boxes. We opened a full case of Bundesliga Finest.
Yeah.
We got some Stranger Things boxes. We got some Funko Pop boxes. We got all sorts. Like this is the
Fright Flicks,
and we got this, which was, did you say San Diego Comic Con exclusive?
I think it was San Diego Comic Con exclusive. Yeah.
Got 3 of these because we're going to Dublin Comic Con this weekend. So we stocked up.
See any cool Roy Keane cards? Just saw some of the rookies, like you always see, but we have a couple of them.
Just some of the rookies. Very casual.
The Irish Card Collector, completely apropos of nothing. I didn't ask for questions about this, by the way. Asked when's the next Irish trade night? Is it happening soon?
Is it happening soon? Yes.
We're working on that.
Pending. But I will say, this weekend, what is the date? 11th and 12th? Is that it? It's 12 and 13? 12 and 13th, we're going to be in Dublin Comic Con, which is in the convention centre in City Centre. And we're going to be vending at that with some Star Wars. We're going to have some sports as well, of course. We're not going to not have sports. If you're around and you want to walk in and see Soccer United with a table set up.
If you can get a ticket.
If you can get a ticket, I don't know if it's sold out. I'll check.
This is a highly sought after event.
So
Dublin Comic Con, we're there this weekend.
Tickets.
I'm currently trying to find a Stormtrooper costume big enough for me to fit into.
Big enough. General admission Saturday, Sunday sold out.
Yeah.
Merch and add-ons. But is there other type of tickets?
Don't know. Give us the website name.
No, it's all sold out.
It's all sold out.
Dublin Comic Con. Early entry's gone. Young adult is gone. Child is gone. Family pass is gone. And same on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Group of 10 with a 10% discount is gone. Jason, we're going to be out the door. We need to come up with a real plan.
Well, that's not this episode.
We don't have anything to sell.
Okay. Let's see. NJ Plastic Man, who was...
What a name.
The first person to greet us both times.
Yes. 2 in a row.
Two in a row.
Can he do it again in Cleveland next year? Who knows?
That's the challenge.
That's some challenge.
That's the challenge.
He also got his vendor pass so much faster than us, despite coming in after us, chatting to us, then getting into a different line. His line was flying.
Yeah. He got one of these guys.
Yeah. A national vendor entrance or
VIP.
attendee VIP ticket.
Also, when you got that, you got this bag. You got this string bag, which mine immediately broke. This is a national, sponsored by Whatnot VIP gift bag.
Nice.
And I thought we could open it. I kept it sealed. I could sell this sealed.
That's sealed. Factory sealed.
Factory sealed. Mint condition. Factory sealed.
eBay 101.
Could contain anything. I thought I could open it now, but I just seen you open yours. And I thought, let me keep this sealed like an action figure.
I love it.
You know? So, let me just...
The heat of no AC is going to burst through that bag.
If you're...
Look at that.
Smells okay. If you're listening, this will be a kind of an audio experience. I'll crinkle some paper.
It's not much of a visual experience, by the way.
This is a massively visual experience. We have one of these. eBay envelope. Let's open up this eBay envelope.
What did eBay sneak in?
So you have to picture us. We're sitting in a big ballroom in the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center, Rosemont, Illinois.
Chicago.
What's Rosemont?
Is that still Chicago?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does it say the Nationals in Chicago?
Same way the London Card Show is in Surrey.
Wow.
It's a Chicagoland area, I think they call it.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that eBay thing? That was your card belongs to the eBay vault. This coupon is a $10 discount, blah, 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 blah. We couldn't put anything in the eBay vault because we're not from America.
Great. Very inclusive.
BCW interlocking card frames. National 2023. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, you just need to...
We have this from Tag Grading. Now, I will say, there were obviously a lot of grading companies at the National.
Oh, yours is screwed down, Jason.
Right.
Mine wasn't screwed down.
But that's a little card frame you can put in.
You can put your card like it's a little picture frame.
Nice.
Pretty good.
This is Tag Grading. There's a lot of grading companies at the National. We graded with PSA.
And CGS.
And CGC or CSG or whatever they're called. And a lot of company setups were very nice. Tag setup was very extravagant and very impressive. They went for like a transparent
glass and a lot of tech.
You kind of see it looked like all sorts of like whirring machines and
it looked like the future of grading.
Beep boop, beep boop. And somebody showed me a couple of tag cards that they had, and I scanned the thing, and they showed me the detail that you get in a tag card.
Yeah,
and it was incredible. It was like an incredible level of detail.
It was crazy. It was arguably too much.
It was scientific.
It was brilliant though.
That was fun to see. 10 years in the mix. This is a free voucher to grade something with Tag, which we fully intended to do, but then we're too busy over the course of the week.
We got given tag cards as a gift. Maybe I have them here.
Is that an arena club?
Might be. Oh, it is.
It is.
Sorry.
Right. We have a Upper Deck pack. Michael Jordan here.
Michael Jordan's
exclusive to Upper Deck.
Is there parallels in there?
Don't know if people know this. We got MJ. No parallels.
What a thrilling experience that was. But
yeah.
Thank you, Upper Deck.
Another pack, Panini.
Okay.
So you're getting 3 packs of kind of base cards. So these are some rookies. American football rookies, NFL rookies.
All base.
All base, yeah.
Brilliant. Panini, you've done it again.
Led by Bryce Young. So far I've got 2 packs of base cards and a voucher. The Tag grading voucher is the best thing I've got so far.
Okay, Tag is in the lead.
Tag in the lead.
You're not loving the picture frame?
Well, I like that, but
don't love it.
I don't love it. What am I supposed to do? Keep a card beside my bed?
Yeah. It houses a top loader. There's a free top loader in here if you can work hard enough.
This is a VFriend Super Stickers Decisive Duck. Enzo, what is this that I've been given? This duck?
That Decisive Duck, let me tell you. It's a super rare national only sticker. you had a choice. It was part of a V-Friends activation. You could have went up to the V-Friends stand, which was very impressive by all accounts, and you could have given that in, which is what I did reluctantly. When I say reluctantly, I mean as soon as I was engaged, I felt like, oh no, I'm making a big mistake here. And you do one of those, the ball drop down things. I don't know what you call them, the hockey puck kind of. You drop it down, it goes.
Okay, yeah, almost like a pinball kind of thing.
Pinball kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And then wherever that little ball falls, you'd get whatever was at the bottom of it. So I did that. I also had a decisive duck, which I missed. So hopefully Jason will give me his. And I won a bison graded with CCG or C. What do we kind of call it? CGC. I'm only realizing now this is a Gary Vaynerchuk originally owned. It says at the back. So actually, I'm more impressed than I was, because initially I was like, you've given me a graded base card.
What does it mean Gary Vaynerchuk originally owned?
It means it's from his personal collection, and this at the back. See, as part of kind of a what are you gonna call it? As part of a promotion, CGC have actually added on it and saying, by the way, this is from Gary's collection.
Like when you get like the such and such collection of Mickey Mantle baseball cards.
Kind of. I think it's an interesting kind of way of trying to add extra collectability, I suppose. But anyway, they stuck the sticker of the price, which they dictated, I guess.
Yeah,
as $50, but they stuck it on the slab with no slab bag, so I'm trying to pull it off, Jason.
And they're not really proving themselves as trading card people by doing that.
Not moguls. That's like, now I have a adhesive kind of. First of all, I can't even get the sticker off the slab.
Yeah,
and once I do, it's going to be very sticky.
Okay.
I don't want to put water. It's risky.
Yeah.
Although I do trust the CGC slab for being water resistant.
In the meantime, I will give you this decisive duck.
Yes. Now I'm up. I got a Gary V originally owned. OG Ox, sorry, it's not a bison at all. And I got my V-Friend sticker, which you're going to regret giving me someday down the future. We're laying in the street broke. I'm digging through my pockets. I find that decisive duck, and it's worth $60.
This is a one touch from Ultra Pro. This is a piece of the game
medallion,
and I believe I have my one from last year.
Yeah, I'm so jealous about that, because I just throw them out.
3,500 of 5,000. Corporate sponsor, piece of the game. So I got a little medallion. I can use that to, I don't know.
Remember your time in Chicago.
Oh, yeah. This is a little heritage auction booklet. Basically, it's like a little kind of cool booklet thing with all the listings for heritage auctions.
That was fun. That's
a fun piece of printing.
I know you can hear this. I'm just trying to get rid of this.
Right, cool. This is a Finkelheimer Insurance Agency facsimile card of the Michael Jordan 86 Fleer.
I was saying it would be funny if one VIP bag had an actual Fleer.
Yeah.
But no one knew.
National VIP card. I got Shohei Ohtani, the unicorn himself.
Oh, let's go.
He is the best player in the history of baseball, and I know that because I got it in my VIP national bag. Alright, now I will say this, the environmentally, this VIP bag is a disaster.
Complete disaster.
Complete and utter disaster.
Not as big as a disaster. When we were in our, I don't want to disrespect the Sandown Lodge, but the ticket, the key card of the Sandown Lodge said on it, this doesn't have to be made from plastic.
Yeah.
But it was made from plastic. I was like, what? Who's that for? Am I meant to? You're the one that made it. I didn't make it. I'm just using it.
You could have told me to download the app when I got there.
Ridiculous.
BBCE Auctions gave me a flyer.
Very, very kind of them.
Home Team Heroes.
Hold on, what's the best thing that you've got so far?
The tag grading voucher.
Yeah. What's second best? Is it the decisive duck?
It's probably the Shohei Ohtani card.
Nah. Now what's this?
This is, okay, part of the problem with all this promotional stuff is, right?
It was shy.
That the visual design of it
looks the same.
You can't figure out what it is by just glancing at it.
There's a 50,000 bounty. That thing, I read that. It literally said, this ticket you're holding could be worth 50,000. Just scratch this and bring it to our booth. Guess what I did?
What?
Put it in the bin. I was like, I can't even engage with this. I don't know why.
Okay.
I didn't fully understand what
superheroes inspired by the pros. I don't know what that is. Okay.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
We could have thrown away $50,000. We could have got the Pele dynasties and then some.
This is from PWCC. This is a promotion to get 115% of the hammer price of your card if you auction at PWCC. That's fine. This is a flyer for a charity auction. Very admirable, I suppose. This is a 10 free submissions direct to grading with ComC.
who announced that they now grade directly to PSA, which is an incredible service.
Alt are telling me I can win a free break spot with Adam Lefko.
Pretty nice. I actually have started using the Alt app. I'm so corporate now. Start using the Alt app and actually like it. But I wouldn't pay. If there's a paid version of it, I wouldn't pay for
it. Pristine Auctions. Robert Edward Auction. This is good podcasting, isn't it?
Can you look at how terrible this looks now that I've half got that off?
Yeah, I'll show the camera.
Try show. I feel like I couldn't fully capture the fucking mess.
So this looks like someone's attempted to break into this slab. So you'd probably need some sort of alcohol solution or something on that.
Yeah, I'll try.
To dissolve the adhesive.
I'm gonna Google right now if the Gary originally owned VFriend characters
Okay.
are worth anything.
I'm just gonna fly through the rest of this. It's so much promotional material. Alright, we got a card seer, card saver. Launch celebration over $500,000 in prizes. That's again a scratch off. Come to the booth. This is the Baseball Card King. Baseball Card King, who is a Chicagoland hobby shop.
No sales as of yet.
Coupon. JSA Auctions Magnet. I don't have anything metal around here. Market Movers app. Sports card investor. This is the Texas Roadshow. What's that?
What's that? Jason, this duck that you've just given me has sold 3 times. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sold 1, 2, 3, 4 times yesterday.
Yeah.
Between €24 and 55.
Well, congratulations, my friend. Go out and get yourself something nice.
Oh, I am up. I'll keep it. I'll keep it forever, Jason.
All right. Arena Club. Free. Now, here's this, right? Here's an interesting thing. Tag gave me a free grade at Tag.
Yeah.
Arena Club, instant grading, trusted grading, redeemed this ticket to win a free pack of cards.
That would have been nice.
I don't get me grading with you. What are you doing? Win a free pack of cards. Just say this voucher entitles you to grade 1 card with Arena Club for free.
No, but maybe the free pack of cards are Arena Club cards.
What?
Like graded already. Pre-graded cards in a pack.
They're not.
Okay.
This is dumb.
Overall, being a VIP at the National, are you feeling good?
No.
You feel terrible.
I'm not feeling good.
That's a lot of recycling you got there.
This is insane.
They were heavy.
And they're rope. Okay, you're gonna put that much weight, you can't use rope. You gotta use a strap.
Yeah, to be honest, 99. Like it's like you're a VIP. This is Jason.
What is drip? I'm asking myself that same question. Look at this flyer.
They're 20% off of their boot. That's a whatnot competitor. Beyond Safe, PSA Vault. PSA not giving you much for free there. Okay.
Then we're just down to just pages, just A4 pages of just shit.
It's like get your VIP badge.
Yeah.
And then we're basically just going to give you the equivalent of a hobby junk mail.
Yeah.
Collection.
It's like why aren't you giving this to the people who aren't VIPs? It's
people
like Aer Lingus making you take the bag on the plane.
Yeah, it's not
as
good.
some sort of benefit.
You're saying that people that were not VIP at the National could have done with a free grading somewhere.
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
I feel like if you need some way of like,
I'm thinking here, just genuinely pause for a second.
I'm pausing. Yeah.
You got your 2 packs of base cards, right? Great.
Yeah.
You know where they have all those special national packs and all this. Why not have a bit of fun with it? Why not just give everyone right? Like 80% of the people get their little base card packs and there's nothing in it, but then 20% of them are getting numbered cards or autographs. Now we're excited about the VIP bag. Do you know?
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents. I just think there was enough billion-dollar companies in the room and in that gift bag to Jesus Christ.
What's this?
PSA grading special, other prizes. PSA graded photos.
PSA dealer. Need your cards graded?
But it was PSA was at the event.
Ludex. Now, Ludex did give Enzo some nice pulled pork sandwiches.
The Pudex, whatever they were, the PWCC X Pudex, Ludex, sorry, Jesus. Pudex. The VIP lounge at this national was incredible because they had unbelievable food at unbelievable prices. $11, Jason. No, the Ludex fella came over to me, showed me how his app worked. It wasn't working. He had to scan or take a photo of my card. Nothing happened. And then he said, right, the app doesn't work in your country, but I'm going to send you an email to set it up. And I shook his hand and I said, thank you, sir. But for me, that pulled pork sandwich, and at one point I got the steak. I got the steak and the pulled pork, and I told you, by the way, these are both for me. But they were incredible. I want one right now. They were that good. Like, everything else was not good. The whatnot food was amazing, but like that pulled pork stuff was unbelievable. I love pulled pork. I had a lot of pork, a lot of pulled meat in Chicago.
And a lot of beef.
Pulled pork, beef. I loved it. Jason, I see you flicking through that A4 book you got there. And those are not paper. Those are laminated pages. Like, those are fully...
This is the official program of the 43rd National Sports Collectors Convention.
I thought it was the 44th.
Well, it's not what it says in this A4 book.
Did they give you last year's book?
Now, this has at least some useful stuff on it, like a convention floor plan.
Yeah.
But, and it's actually... It's good.
It's brilliant. Could have helped you.
It could have helped.
What's highlighted there?
Heritage Auctions, because they've sponsored this. They've paid for this booklet.
Brilliant.
So they get all sorts of stuff. Interesting stuff here.
You,
there's a dealer list. Oh my god, I didn't even see this.
You're meant to dig through it and read for 50 minutes before the show and then know what you're doing.
So actually, there's a dealer list here with the dealer name, the company name, and their booth number. So that's pretty interesting stuff.
It's unbelievable.
Nearly there.
You should have got this Super Duck signed by Gary V himself.
Now this was actually the Sports Collectors Digest. I read this. This is not Sports Collectors Daily. I wish it was.
Be careful.
Sports Collectors Digest. And there were actually some pretty interesting articles in here about the National. And also, the only thing is, it looks like it was printed sometime in the mid-1980s. Look at the back of that for the viewers. Look at the back of that. That looks like a want ad listing from like 1987.
What's meant to be that? I think.
I don't think so. I think that's
happening today.
Yeah. Oh, this is all like actual auctions going on now.
Yeah, this is not cool, like, retro fun.
I think you're giving them a lot of credit. And then finally,
some business cards.
Gas grading. Look at that for graphic design.
Unbelievable.
Black on black on black. On dark grey, I should say. Sorry. Gas trading cards.
They couldn't afford to set up a table. They just, or did they? I don't know. Were they? They must have been.
Celebrating culture one card at a time. Gas is a trading card company that creates highly collectible physical cards in honor of the most iconic names in music, culture, the arts, and entertainment. Okay. But then, and this is where the actual VIP stuff comes in. Brown envelope.
Ooh.
Plain brown envelope.
Little number on it.
With the number written in Sharpie. This is...
I didn't get that.
Very impressive. Schedule of events. General information. Special information on Super VIP parking pass. Additional activities. Free autograph guests for the VIPs. Would you like to hear some of the autograph guests for the VIPs?
Let's do it.
Wednesday, Bill Wennington, Mark Carrier. Thursday, Paul Popovich, Al Weiss, Jeff Bloom, Bob Love. Friday, Eric Soderholm, Ron Kittle, Bobby Douglas, Jody Davis. Saturday, Larry Hizzle, Scott Spezio, Murray Bannerman, Doug Plank. Sunday, Steve Trout,
Not my show.
Jim Gartner, Jim Morrissey, and Bob Dernier.
There was nothing there for me. I'll say that. I do think a lot of them were Chicago based. I think we had some WWE wrestler there people got excited about. There was nothing there for me. 2 years in a row there was nothing there for me in terms of autograph.
So that was the VIP bag.
Your recycling bin men are going to be thrilled.
Yeah.
That was not good. To be honest, I'm giving the V-Friend sticker respect, Jason.
Okay.
Because
it has some value.
It has a bit of value. It was also like, come up to the booth, give it to me, do some stuff with it. There wasn't a lot else. The grading, free grade, that was good. I like the BCW frame, that was good.
The Shohei Ohtani card.
No, someone has to stop those base cards in the I don't know.
Talking about $10 here, Enzo.
My slab is stuck to my finger based on the adhesive that's in it.
So there's like, whatever, like $50 of value, say.
It hurt my arm carrying that bag around for as long as I did, thinking there might be value in it, to open it, sit down, open it, and then I felt guilty leaving a big stack of paper in the ballroom.
Yeah.
But they should have felt guilty handing me a stack of paper.
If you were doing that and you wanted to convey all of that information to your VIPs, because you have to assume your VIPs are your most activated attendees.
Most tuned in.
And you make it, remember this, in this situation, you make your money according to the sponsors and the people paying for all this stuff. So is there any way you could communicate to me about the pristine auction timetable that didn't involve handing me an A4 sheet?
Now for me, I would have an event app. You can go in, you can click all the things you actually care about. Then you can get little updates about those things. It could kind of show you an interactive map on your phone instead of having to pull out a map like you're in the 50s.
Yeah.
And for me, I just wouldn't hand a load of shite. I definitely, like, part of their sponsorships are like, and we're going to put your flyer in the VIP bag. But then suddenly that's all that's in the VIP bag.
Yes.
Is your flyer.
Yeah.
And everyone else's flyer.
And then suddenly it's not for the VIPs, it's for the people paying for the flyers and the bags.
I'm going to hand you a bag. I'm going to hand all of our VIPs a bag full of paper. Your name will be on one of those pieces of paper.
It's basically the event is coming to you as a VIP and saying, hey, I told all those guys I'd give you this bag. Could you just take this and dump it somewhere for me? Because they already paid me.
They did it. And this is one of the perks. Your name is in the bag. Yeah, the Nationals lost its way. I think Fanatics Events is going to be great. I'd love to experience Burbank, Dallas, etc.
Yeah.
But a lot could be like the National needs a little revamp, I think, of its hierarchical. There's a lot of things you could do to improve that with minimal effort across the board, not just the gift bag, Jason. But yeah, apart from that, it's still the event everyone shows up to, and that was kind of one of the best parts about it.
Yes. Another best part about it,
talk to me,
was meeting all of the people that made time to meet us, including lots of people who stopped us to tell us that they were fans of the show and all that stuff and the content in general. That was extremely nice.
Believable. And it says a lot. Like, even from, obviously we've added the YouTube so our faces are more visible. Last year a lot of people said by the voice they were like, oh, that's you.
Yeah.
But I would say like 30, 40, 50 people stopped us.
Which meant we could move around as long as we were silent.
This was my humble brag, and you start making noise. 30, 40 or 50 people stopped us across the 5 days, which was crazy.
Yes, very nice.
Unbelievable. Thank you to anyone and everyone that decided to stop us.
Some people gave us gifts.
Yeah, I'm sure some people seen us and said, I won't disturb them. But disturb us all the time. Do it.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. It was so nice. And but that was on top of that then, these were all the kind of like listeners, people in the States. There was also so many people from the UK and Europe over that we recognised from other shows and just networks that we're in now. Or not networks, what am I trying to say?
Communities?
No. You know when you're on like if you were going to every circuit. Yes, thank you, Jason. You're good. Network, circuit, very similar. The circuits that we do be on around Europe, because we do be everywhere. We've seen a lot of friendly and familiar faces as well.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like, our experience this time, like, after Atlantic City, I felt like this year we kind of had to go to the National as well. You know, we were kind of like, oh, we have to go. It's on again, big event. How can we not be there? But like after this one, I'm like, I can't wait for next year. Even though I know next year is not in Chicago, so that's kind of giving me like But I'm like, this year was so fun.
Yeah.
Compared to like it's night and day. Like, and it's not just because I hated Atlantic City and da. It was just so much better vibes, so much more interactions. Obviously a better venue, more enjoyable. The AC was a big problem, but apart from that, it was great. All the hotels being so connected to the venue, and within I think everyone was in 5 minutes of the venue. That made the trade nights even better and more accessible and worth being at without being totally wrecked.
Yep.
The whole shebang was just unbelievable. I had a great time, and the pulled pork beef.
We had a great time. It was really good. It was better as a soccer attendee. It was better personally for us, and it was better as any kind of attendee. Compared to the previous year, so it was,
and it was the biggest national ever on record.
Yes.
So, listen, you're welcome.
The previous biggest national, I think, was in 1991.
Yeah, Anaheim, is it?
In Anaheim, and the early 90s is known as the junk wax era, isn't it?
My thinking was this is the first or second. This is the second Chicago since COVID.
Well, the other one was during COVID, I think.
Yeah, it was just after COVID.
It was 2021. That was mid-COVID.
Okay, well, I'm thinking like a lot of people skipped Atlantic City, and then a lot of people came to this post-COVID.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So that was and it was a massive room. It was like huge,
massive rooms. There was like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
The VIP section was so good for the food, though.
The main thing about the VIP section for me was that the air conditioning worked in there and didn't work on the floor.
That was the main benefit.
Yeah.
For me, it was the food.
The AC did not work.
No. There was a lot of fans that were plugged into walls to kind of help add into the AC. There was a lot of problems. But again, it was actually an excruciatingly hot, just period for
it was a heat wave in Chicago.
So it was unexpected. You couldn't blame the event organizers for that.
No, well, obviously they're not running the AC in the convention center. But I would say,
that made the first few days really tough.
It did
during certain hours.
Yeah, you generally didn't want to be there. If you could get off the floor,
you did. Yeah,
the height of it.
We found a lot of times where it was like us and a lot of other collectors just not inside the venue.
Yeah.
And we were all just I was looking around, I was like, Jason, everyone pays to come to the National, the biggest event, and everyone's just sitting on the floor right now. Outside the venue. But everyone, I think, had a really good time.
Because you're paying to be
in amongst it.
And the National is, like everything, what you make of it.
Oh, I like that.
Do you know?
Yeah.
It's
you could go there and have a terrible time.
Yeah.
You could go there and have the best time of your life. But it is up to you. You're the variable.
Kind of like
and the people you interact with are.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what you make of it. You get out of what you put in.
Did you put in much?
Yeah, I suppose I did. Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Absolutely, you did.
Yeah.
Don't question that, Jason. You did a great job.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We're liking that hat that you have, by the way.
Yes. Chicago Cubs.
You're a big Cubs fan?
Oh, lifelong Cubs fan. You mentioned food.
Oh, yeah.
You should probably talk about the food we ate, because I know more than one person mentioned.
Can I cut in first?
Yeah, sure.
My first day upon arriving to Chicago, I went to Bridgeport Hobby.
Yeah.
Which was a hobby shop in Chicago, downtown, I believe, or somewhere. I don't know. It was near a stadium, near one of those baseball stadiums. There was a game on at the time.
Was it near Cubs, my beloved Wrigley Field?
It might have been Wrigley Field. I think it was. I mean, it could have been the other one. I don't know. I could check, but I don't want to. That was great. There was a little Tops event on in there, and one of the guys that was in the shop hit me up and actually said one of the owner or works there. I don't know the system on the back. One of the guys there messaged me and said, "Hey, I listened to the show." Said, "Listen, show, come down if you can." I went down. Jason didn't. He went straight to bed, or he went to try fix some problems. I don't know what he was doing. Went in, had a great time, had some pizza. It was my first bit of food in Chicago, by the way, after a long flight, so I really appreciated that pizza. I then had greasy hands trying to open these new Topps MLB packs the day before release, which was a little event going on. But that was a great time. Thank you for that, and that was great. That's all I can say. If you're in Chicago, you got to go to Bridgeport.
So a little plug for Bridgeport.
There you go. But talking about food.
They didn't even have a flyer in the
No, but they gave me a t-shirt that I lost. So there you go. That could have been great. Could have had that on now. But I lost it.
The food. So...
Let's know. There's an elephant in the room. Let's get straight into it. Deep dish. We have a question here from the man who found us both times at the National.
From Irwin.
From Irwin. Chicago. Well, he's saying Chicago or New York style pizza. What's the verdict? I'm not even acknowledging the question. I'm saying deep dish, deep dive coming in now. We haven't even talked about your flight.
So we asked everyone, give us recommendations what to do in Chicago. I would say half of the answers mentioned Giordano's pizza.
Giordano.
Now some people said I don't rate Giordano's, I prefer Lou Malnati's or whatever like that. But deep dish pizza
and Giordano's
Chicago style pizza pie was what people said we had to try. We tried it on Monday. Well, I actually tried it during the National, but then we tried it kind of for real on Monday. And sat down in Giordano's, served by a lovely Irish waitress.
Served by an entire collection of Irish waitresses.
Yes.
I felt like I was at home.
Yeah. Well, actually, we don't have really that many Irish
I felt like I was in Westport.
Very good. And so we tried it, and Enzo, what did you think? That's not a pizza.
That's not a pizza. No, I didn't love it. Didn't like it.
Yeah,
we didn't finish it. I mean, you can finish something like that.
It.
I thought it was ridiculous.
We ordered too much, frankly.
100%. We ordered a medium and a large. Wanted to try two.
Medium was small.
Was it? Jeez, your portion sizes, by the way, people. We have some positive, but the pizza, Giordano's is getting the big Soccer United thumbs down by me.
Right.
I don't agree with the sauce being at the top.
Yeah.
I didn't love eating the pie style crust. It wasn't very like flavoursome. It wasn't like this is a great. When you eat a pie, you love the pie.
Yeah.
I was like, the whole thing was uncomfortable for me. The base of it. I mean, they ship them frozen to people, so I'm assuming they all start frozen, even though it takes 45 minutes to cook. Like the base of it tasted like at the Tesco pizza, frozen but not fully cooked through. It's like a biscuity kind of bottom.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I'm upset.
Dry. The base is dry. And in a nice apple pie or something, the base is going to be moist.
I'll say this: the tomato sauce and all being at the top, I disliked. The tomato sauce itself, I didn't dislike. Do you know what I mean? Like it was good. There was an Italian tang to it. I actually liked the tomatoes, the type of tomatoes that were being used for that sauce. But overall, I would thoroughly enjoy a normal pizza 9 times out of 10. We met one of my close friends, Ernesto, over there, and he's a Chicago native from the south side, I believe. And he told me straight up, he said, real Chicago pizza is not the deep dish.
Yeah, and can I say that I feel like that's the first go-to, like, that's the first... Someone should tell Chicago that, basically. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not an excuse.
Okay.
Because it's like that, like for instance, let's say here in Dublin, someone says they went to the Temple Bar pub and there was music playing and they had a Guinness, and they didn't like it. If I was to say, well, that's not what a real Dublin pub is like, it's like, it kind of is. It's a heightened version of it. It kind of is. I can't say, oh, you didn't have a real experience, because if that wasn't some sort of real experience, it wouldn't be what the city was known for. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
Jason, what's your take on I don't want to dominate this.
Yeah.
Your deep dish experience.
Well, we had two. We had one that had chicken and spinach in it, and that was too slimy for me. There was no, your mouth was just on a straight slide from the sauce. It was just, just wet, bang, you hit the base. So that was not good.
I preferred that one, by the way.
For me, that was too slimy. And had no kind of, the texture was all raw.
The only thing I regret is not ordering the barbecue one, just to see
how they would have done that.
Monstrosity.
I love barbecue. The other one I think was the classic or the special.
Yeah.
And that had green peppers and onions in it. And for me, when I took a
bite,
a cross section of that, full bite, I could actually enjoy a bite of that. The problem was I couldn't enjoy more than a slice worth of bites of it. But it was, and if you gave me that next to a normal pizza, I would take the normal pizza. But if I had to eat,
I seen a few Giordano normal pizzas when we were walking through, and they looked unbelievable.
perfectly fine.
And of course, we had to try the deep dish because that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
That's what we came for. It's the only reason we went.
Now, we got the sampler to start, and I enjoyed every single aspect of that.
That's just like pizza-related snacks.
Yeah, I enjoyed them thoroughly. Mozzarella triangles all day, every day.
Yeah, but for me, you don't get any credit for...
No, for being able to do that.
No. Sure, I could go down and buy a...
There was a lot of little Tweety birds that were eating all the stuff then. The whole, like, making us wait 40 minutes.
That whole system.
That whole system was outrageous.
Well, it's like... I think maybe I said this to you at the time.
Sit me down.
The whole thing of...
I will spend so much money on alcohol if I'm just sitting here and I know there's a 45-minute wait. I would have 3 samplers in me to start. I know that they don't want you sitting there for 2 hours going, what the fuck's going on? But I would have had a great time.
Yeah.
I had to walk around doing nothing for 40 minutes when I could have been drinking.
I'll tell you this.
And eating pizza pie.
For me, pizza has gotten to where it's gotten to in the global food hierarchy. Partly because it's quick to cook.
Quick to eat.
And quick to eat. I love pizza. I'm fully in on pizza. But pizza would not have been the massive global success it was
if it was deep
if
dish.
it took an hour and a half to bake a Neapolitan style pizza.
It doesn't even come out.
It's like 20 minutes in a stone oven and it's done. It's ready to go.
And
so
like, you thin it out as much as you can. That's the whole point. Don't thicken it up.
By spending that much time, you've now gone so far away from why pizza's success in the first place that it's grotesque. The whole thing is it's a absurd situation.
Listen, people love Giordano, so I feel like a lot of our listeners are going mental right now. So I'm going to take it. We need to move off this.
Okay, yeah, fine.
And let me say Portillo's, whatever you want to call it.
Dick Portillo.
What an establishment.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Fantastic. Phenomenal.
Give me that Italian beef and dip it in the special gravy sauce and let that monstrosity. Give me a chocolate cake shake. All day of the week. Give me cheesy chips. That was one of the best experiences of my life. That's exactly what I thought Chicago style pizza, the Chicago style food was going to be. That Italian beef, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dipped.
I had a delicious
See, it was a disaster. I loved every bite.
Polish sausage is what Chicago style hot dogs, a Polish sausage. And I made a mistake of ordering at the convention a hot dog, and the man said, "You want a Polish?" And I was like, "Man, I'm not from here. I don't know. Just give me one of them, please." But yeah, Portillo's was excellent.
Unbelievable.
We both had chocolate cake shakes.
Unbelievable.
And it felt like you're a part of something. You know, it felt like you're part of a long line.
Part of a community.
Yeah.
Do you know there was a lot of Dortmund fans in the building because apparently they'd done a signing down the road.
Yep.
In somewhere, I don't know where. Leeds, maybe.
So that was fun.
Unbelievable. Oh,
we had a good time.
Italian beef. I had Italian beef on like 3 or 4 or 5 occasions while I was over there. I loved every one of them.
Yeah.
The Portillo's one was different though, but they were all amazing.
And you were big into Philly cheesesteaks last year too. So Cleveland better have a hot beef sandwich, or you're gonna really badly review next year's national.
But no, food was incredible. We had some other. Our shout out to the friend Malik brought us to a Middle Eastern restaurant and gave us one of the best experiences of our lives.
Phenomenal. We had a phenomenal meal with Malik and Luke.
Unbelievable.
That was great. Trying to think where else we had food.
We ended up in the Nutella Cafe, which we were
our
advised against.
Yeah.
But we did it and it was great.
We just wanted a pancake.
Yeah, a few pancakes, bit of Nutella.
Tried to go to a normal pancake place, was closed.
Yeah, and gelato.
Gelato.
I had great food in the Irish pub, the Kerry Man.
Yeah, shout out Kerry Man.
Shout out to the Kerry Man.
Just down the street from our hotel when we
made us feel at home.
Chicago, yeah. You had a lovely burger, I had some fish and chips.
Oh, the burger was so good. And the curry chips. Phenomenal. I'm hungry now.
You salivate and just thinking about it.
Unbelievable. Are we doing it again where we kind of breeze over the national and we get excited about the food?
I think we talked at length about the national. I went to the back for 45 minutes.
Make it short.
So
Italian ice. We went
Italian
to the
ice,
Italian
to
neighborhood.
Mario's.
Yeah, Little Italy in Chicago. Ernesto really brought us around the place.
He did. We got the tour.
We went with Mario's. Yeah, went to Mario's Italian ice.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I loved the watermelon ice. It was unbelievable. Who would have thought?
Really delicious. Then went to Chinatown with Ernesto.
Some bubble tea. I'm not a big bubble tea man because I'm scared of the texture, but I enjoyed that bubble tea. I just went into it. Ernesto brought me. I said, we're going to do it.
You trusted him?
Trusted him with my heart.
Trust fall.
Absolutely.
Bubble tea, trust fall.
And he would never let me fall.
Yeah. And if you did fall on bubble tea, you wouldn't hurt yourself because all those little bubbles.
There you go.
Yeah, so basically
Portillo's was so good.
Great.
I mean, I definitely felt like I gained a lot of weight just by eating it. But I mean, when you get the cheesy chips, the Italian beef sandwich dipped, and you get a chocolate cake shake, that's what you should be expecting.
Obviously, that's not what you would eat
on a normal day.
There every day. This is a special occasion.
We got a small chocolate cake shake, and we didn't even manage to finish it because we just got to enjoy it.
Yeah,
I would have finished it. I would have loved it, but after everything else, I couldn't. I just had to try it.
And Ernesto said, "We got Italian ice coming up. Take it easy.
Yeah, relax.
Slow down.
Come on, boys. What's this, your first time in Portillo?
Yeah, act like you've been here before.
Come on, you're embarrassing me.
So yeah, that was that. That was all the food. Generally, Chicago is a good beer city as well.
Oh yeah,
drinking the local brews.
Some Revolution.
Some Revolution. Some Goose Island.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure there are Chicago hipsters that would say, Revolution, Goose Island. You might as well be drinking Bud Light.
Wow.
But it was good. So just take the win.
Yeah.
Good time had.
Yeah, unbelievable. I enjoyed it thoroughly. We were very busy, but I had a great time.
Yes.
Do we have any hot takes? Like, do we have any breaking news? Is there anything we're allowed to share with the people? We heard a few rumors out there in Chicago. See, we never know.
I'm not sure what we can
discuss.
What we can't discuss.
What a disaster.
But let's just say that soccer is only going to get bigger and bigger within the hobby and within the national.
The soccer production is in really good hands. I'll say that. That's a genuine belief that I have. The people making the soccer products know what they're doing.
Okay.
Just about.
Okay.
We'll keep them on their toes, but they reach out, they talk to us.
You've gone full corporate on this episode.
They're doing a phenomenal job. We seen Michael Rubin.
We did make eye contact with Michael Rubin, yeah.
Terrifying. We got lost. We were in a little meeting room, and then we were on our way to a trade night, and we got lost. Mm-hmm. We went the wrong way. We took a wrong turn. Next thing you know, we walk past this little door, and we both look into the door. I don't know where we were walking by, but we look in. The door's wide open. We have to look in. How could you know? It's a big round table, but there's only one man in it, and on there. In it, there's only one man on the table in the room that we can see, and it's Michael Rubin.
Yeah.
And he was looking down at his desk. When we looked in, we just literally looked up, looked in. As soon as we looked in, he was looking down at his desk, and he literally, as soon as we turned our head to the left to look in that door, he went like this. We made the scariest eye contact I've ever made with any man in my life.
Yeah.
And we kept it pushing, we kept moving.
You stare long enough into the abyss stares back.
And that's what happened. We found our way to the trade night. We decided not to go because the line went all the way into the
This
Hyatt.
was to the general trade night.
The Card Collector 2 trade night.
Yeah.
The line went all the way into the Hyatt Hotel, which was very, very far. There was no AC. It was horrible. We said, we're not we've seen no soccer at this, in great volumes.
Yeah.
And there was a soccer trade night on at the same time by Pat Bowles. Mm-hmm. So we said, why would we walk into this room where we know what we want is not in there?
Yep.
Let's go there. So we went.
And we'd met Pat in San Sebastian, so we said we gotta go see Pat.
Yeah, we felt comfortable. Let's interact, and that's what we did. It was a great time. I also went to the Formula 1 trade night, which was unbelievable vibes. Very small community, but really, really good vibes. Mm-hmm. I met some OGs that used to buy a lot of F1 wax off the site. Just met them by chance, and it was very, very, very beautiful. It was a beautiful time, Jason. I had a great time.
Excellent.
Unbelievable.
Excellent stuff.
Unbelievable. Chicago. Thank you. It was a movie.
Thank you, Chicago. Thank you to everyone
that made it.
To be honest, it's the people that make it.
Wow. I didn't see Steve Aoki at it.
No.
For the best.
Probably for the best. You did get manhandled by Floyd Mayweather's goons.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate that. I was just walking, looking at a table, enjoying my life. There was a lot of space. When I said it was a lot of space, Jason, you were behind me. You've seen the space ahead. You are always paying attention to all of your surroundings.
Yeah.
There was a lot of space.
Yes, there was. So Floyd Mayweather was flanked by some of his people. His goons walking along, and one of them, so say like there's 3 lanes of traffic, or it's a big wide walkway.
There was 4 lanes of traffic, 3 of which were fully free.
I
occupied the 4th.
They're in like 2 or 3 lanes, and then there's 1 lane which we're all walking in single file, and a guy just walks over to you, just like imagine he's a car, just like switches lanes, comes over 2 lanes, and just knocks you out of the way like that. Just goes like,
pulls my shoulder back and pushes me, and I went, what the fuck? I genuinely, I don't ever, you're at the National, you're bumping into people, it's fine, you know what I mean? I'm like, whatever.
But you'd obviously been grabbed as opposed
the aggression, I went, what the fuck? I was angry. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then you just went, oh, Floyd Mayweather. And I look over and I see this little small bobby head in between all, and I was like, what are they doing? Like they obviously they have to do the job to keep Mr. Floyd safe.
Well, they're the money team.
They're the money team. They're like, this man's paying us a lot of money and we don't really do anything, but so I better start just fucking flinging my arms around and let people know. Floyd Mayweather then subsequently walked into this kind of sheltered off glass area for 2 minutes, opened a box of Leaf, hit a 101 Floyd Mayweather auto, and then left after having collected whatever check Leaf gave him to do that. And I'm sure that was just by chance.
Very good.
Shout out to Leaf. Also, I believe, no, I won't say that. A lot of people that ended up with COVID were interacting with certain individuals.
Okay, well, let's not.
No, we won't.
Let's not.
COVID shame.
No, let's not do that.
Anyway.
In general, thank you to everyone who made the National 2023 such an amazing experience for us. Thank you to the city of Chicago.
Oh my God, what a city.
What a city that is, by the way. And
shout out to Eurostars Hotel that was actually in between getting boycotted and we didn't know about it.
Yeah. We stayed at a hotel that local politicians have been trying to shut down for at least a couple of years.
We got a good rate
because
it was a nice hotel.
It wasn't, and it was cheaper than the other nice hotels.
Nobody sent a bullet through this hotel when we were there.
As far as we know.
As far as we know. It's pretty good.
I slept very deeply, so I couldn't.
You were just happy to have a bed after the mishap.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
So there's more stories to tell from Chicago. I'm sure they'll come out over the course of the next year.
There's no vlog.
That's
important to... Such was our busyness. There's no vlog.
Yeah.
We're thinking next year we're going to have a videographer.
Yeah. I would like to hear some listener feedback on that.
That's what I'm saying. I think there was so many things that happened to us that would have been great to have been captured. So many little things. But like, we cannot be captured and be the capturers at the same time. We found
it.
Jason can't go, hold on a minute, let me take the camera out and document the experience Jason is having. You can't do it.
I can't. It's too complicated.
So we're in the we don't know anyone yet. We haven't picked anyone out. We haven't opened up the potential what would you call it, hiring role of a videographer.
Yeah, this position's not open right now.
Position's not open right now, but I'd be open to recommendations. If people are listening going, you know, I have the perfect guy, I would be open to looking at a portfolio or looking at a CV of sorts, especially if they're already based in the States, because that saves us transatlantic flight.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
What do you think?
I think if we were going to spend the money to get someone to document the whole thing,
we'd want to start getting interested ourselves. Would be worth talking about.
I think it'd be like I want kind of more like a documentary style, as opposed to
some fella with a.
I'm not particularly interested in having me on camera talking to a listener. They're saying, "This is great. Your podcast is great," and I'm going, "Thanks, man. It means a lot." That to me is self-serving.
Yeah, we're going to self-serve a lot, Jason.
I would rather have like, what is it actually like to go from Ireland to the National?
Okay, you want like black and white overlay of you getting out of bed in Chicago, going, having your coffee and going, day one, let's get it. Yeah, that's what you want.
You know, I want people to see me before I've had my coffee, like just like this. You know. No, kind of getting full Gary V mode, buzzed off my head, being like,
I'm hoping
I changed your life. Thank you very much.
I'm hoping that I don't think you've changed anyone's life. I'm hoping that we can have someone talented enough to do both, to know what way to edit it to do both, to get a bit of something, just somebody and something. I think it will be good, because I think people are disappointed that there's not going to be a vlog. I think people are going to be very sad about that, devastated even. They're going to be mortified.
Quite frankly, they should have watched the one from last year.
You're saying it didn't get enough views?
Yes,
to do it
that
again?
is
wow.
Exactly what I'm saying.
You're saying you're punishing the general audience because your YouTube channel is not that big?
I'm saying we had a national vlog last year. As it was being uploaded, it did not get enough views. And so this year I thought, well, they didn't watch last year, so if you're not willing to stick with me through Atlantic City, you don't deserve me at Chicago.
Oh my God.
So that's how I feel.
What a disaster.
And on that negative note,
can I just say, if you're about to end it, we just got, maybe you can cut this out.
Oh my
you
God.
hate me so much.
Can I just end the show?
But we got an email back about a potential Dublin trade night. Could have been a good.
All right, go ahead.
The 19th of August.
Locked in.
Well, if we want to lock it in, we can lock it in. That is 11 days time, though.
Yeah, let's do that.
There you go, people. If you've stayed this far to the end,
And you're in Ireland, or you're not even in Ireland.
Enzo and Jason have decided that we're not a big fan of our weekends, because for the third weekend in a row we're going to be doing something hobby related.
Yeah.
After already doing
fourth weekend in a row.
Is it?
Chicago
O'Hare Airport. 4 in a row. And then we're taking 1 week off.
Then we're going to Frankfurt.
And then we're going to Frankfurt, and then we're going to Copenhagen. Jason, are we okay?
We're in a bit of trouble right now.
Oh my god. This is the busy season, by the way. Check us out, culinary.com. We have more boxes going up today, maybe, if I get around to it. I also wanted to open a box of women's knockout with you on air, but it's a Women's World Cup.
Let's do it on Thursday while we're doing the Women's World Cup update. Cup date.
Okay. Check out the site. There's a few bits up. Very limited things.
Okay, we're back on Thursday for a Women's World Cup update. Talk about the London Card Show and catch up with all the hobby releases we've missed while we've been on the road. Have a good week, everyone. So long.